Maya, please step to the front of the congregation, baby girl. We gotta have a word with you. In case you guys are unaware, Maya has lost her damn mind, apparently admitting to marrying herself. Now, if you're in the Gen Y, right, I don't know any dude from the Gen Y that did not have a crush on Maya. Every time you saw Maya back into the day, sweet, soft, feminine, beautiful soul, beautiful voice. And just like so many others, it's kind of sad to see them later off in life. I believe she's 45 or 46 years old, and they do weird things like this, such as marry themselves. And it's after the choices and decisions that they have made into their 20s and their 30s, selecting a certain type of lifestyle that would make them not cooperative of a man that they would want. And it's just so sad to see. I mean, of all of the women that you would think back in the day would be alone and buying dogs, I would not think Maya. Nevertheless, we got to go to my bro, O'Shea Duke Jackson, for the report. Let's go.
They're wondering how a woman as stunning as you are, that is the object of so many men's desire, and you probably have the pick of the litter.
On February 14th, 2020, Maya dropped a music video with a new song called The Truth. And of course, in this video, she had on a white dress, basically signifying that she married herself. People marrying themselves is not as uncommon as you think. There's actually a name for it. It's called Sologamy. These are people who forego marriage with another partner.
I thought he was going to say
to
loser.
Instead focus on themselves. And this is exactly what Maya did. Okay. And when she did it, a lot of people thought that she was insane. And of course, this was revisited on Melissa Ford's podcast just last week. When she came on, Melissa Ford asked her a very interesting question.
They're wondering how a woman as stunning as you are, that is the object of so many men's desire, and you probably have the pick of the litter.
Basically, Maya, you're a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Anybody would love to have you.
Stop the cap.
So why would a woman like you never ever get married?
I mean, the answer is so simple. We go over time and time again. And shout out to Doc BOA. He calls them wall bangers, right? These older women that have accumulated everything that they want within their lives, had all of the options within the world, and they create these unrealistic standards and expectations for men to try to overcome. The higher that they go, the more success that they have, often the more untouchable that they are, especially in the eyes of men. And that's why it's so hard for them and why they struggle to find, then keep a lasting relationship. And as their standards and expectations increase, how they view themselves on the dating marketplace increase. Therefore, they have an inverse relationship with a fear of commitment, right? The higher their value, the more that they fear exchanging their value for time with another man.
It's not even my focus, and it never has been. My mother is an independent thinker. I've witnessed a divorce, between my parents. I've witnessed all kinds of things.
In this case, Maya talks about her own personal experience with watching her parents get divorced, and it had a bad experience on her. So because she saw divorce happening in her family, she didn't feel that she needed to follow suit like everybody else. And hey, I can understand it. Marriage isn't for everybody. But that's what she said on Melissa Ford's podcast. Well, wait a minute. Rewind. Maya is not very clear on her position about marriage or relationships. Because on one end, she says, yeah, she doesn't want to do it because of what she's seen her parents go through. But then she'll say this.
But I also clear up the fact that I'm open to additions, but I'm not here for the subtractions in my life, because I've also experienced that.
On one hand, she doesn't want to do it. But on another hand, well, if the right situation comes to me and it adds on me and it doesn't subtract from me, then I might be interested in doing such a thing.
Woo, them standards and expectations, boy. Damn. It's almost like they're in their own cycle of delusion, and she still has the standards of what she looked like when she was in her 20s, when more dudes would put up with whatever high-ass criteria that she has made. Now she finds herself at an older age, less options, and crying herself to sleep at night, utilizing her tears as lube on her rose as she continues to marry herself each and every night.
Now, here's the issue that I have with people that talk like this. Number one, if you're going to be in a positive relationship with somebody, it's going to have two effects. Number one, it could add on you. Number two, it will take something away. Because relationships are about give and take.
Sure.
So, yeah, if you're in a business relationship, a personal relationship, you're going to be giving and then taking away because it's called a balance. Now, what she's trying to indicate here is, listen, I don't have a person coming into my life and adding on me, but I damn sure don't expect that I'm going to add on them.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's yeah.
What do you call a person like that? I call them selfish as F. But then she says this.
I'm just on a journey of self-love, of self-care, so that I show up as my best self. And I do believe in a lot of the universal laws and the law of attraction, and making sure that I attract nothing short of the best me too. I'm not on y'all's time. I'm on God's time. I'm on God's time, and I give it to God.
Now the future is about her showing up for herself, loving herself. I mean, we always hear women talk about
Eternally
this. It's not
selfish.
like Tia Mowry or Tracy Ellis Ross, but then she said it's on God's time. If it's on God's time, I'm leaving it in his hands.
Yep.
Now, let me just say this about Maya. She's a singer. She's a great singer. One of the most popular singers of my generation. Did she sit around and wait for God's time before she went into the music industry?
Or did she work at it?
Actively pursue it?
But good point.
And see, this is what a lot of women say. I'm waiting on God to send me something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting on God to do this and that. But your ass didn't wait on God to go to college. You didn't wait on God to go get the job interview that you got or your internship. You're actively seeking those things, and so those things happen in your life. But when you really, really, really don't want to do something, you'll sit back and use God as he's the ultimate decision maker on if you should get a man or not. Well, then if that's the case, do you wait on God when you want to go to the restroom?
Got him! Got him!
I mean, here's the reality as well. And that's why I like podcast conversations and not one where you get within your sister circle of homegirls that refuse to challenge you. But like, I'd like to deep dive. Like, if I had an opportunity to talk to Maya, I'd like to deep dive. What are you waiting for? Like, what are the standards? What are the requirements? Like, let's get in there. Let's get down to the nuts and bolts. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, because optically, aesthetically, you're beautiful. You're still beautiful. You're gorgeous, girl. All right. And I know dudes is knocking down your door. Even still, you say that you open to it, but obviously you're looking for Mr. Perfect, and Mr. Perfect just doesn't exist. I'm sorry. We're humans, baby. We're going to have some flaws. And that's a major component of the problem of both men and women today, is that, the expectation of perfection, but more so on the woman's side. Because as a man, if you also don't elevate their lifestyle, right? Women like her that are probably millionaires are looking for multimillionaires that are also perfect. And instead of accurately assessing where she's at, she continues to ask for this level of value instead of accurately assessing where she currently now sits in the dating marketplace for a accurate exchange of value with someone. Your biological imperative for hypergamy works very well, works best in your 20s. At 46, results sold separately. Let's go.
You wait on God when you want to eat, or do you get your ass up and get something to eat? Yes, because when you want something, you will go out and get it. But again, that is something that we should talk about now. Because see, Maya's acting as if she's not interested in relationships. Or is she? A few years ago, a group of ladies talked about Maya's situation. They addressed it on a podcast. And the name of the podcast is called Horrible Decisions.
Oh, not them.
Got him.
They changed their podcast name, by the way.
The question went like this.
Maya married herself. And I want to talk about if being single by choice is really as liberating or as much of a choice as we are currently talking about it being.
You heard that. Let's see what her podcast mate has to say.
Yeah.
Single by choice is not real.
Explain that.
So when I've been single by choice, it's because I wanted to stop dating for that moment. It's because I knew I had to focus on myself to heal from whatever shit happened the last time.
Okay.
That's the choice. But it's only the choice because it didn't work out. If Maya met the perfect, she would not have married herself. You are single because of your option. Now,
So the woman is saying, listen, if
The perfect ninja. You hear that? Damn, I'm good.
right guy came for Maya and was in Maya's life, she wouldn't feel that way. But the issue with Maya is that her options are very limited.
Woo!
Okay,
That's the reality.
Now we're actually getting to the crux of the argument.
Yeah.
On one hand, Maya is waiting on God to send that magical person, and she's also not discounting that she could be in a relationship or a marriage one day. But on the other hand, she's seen some traumatic stuff in her past. So there's a significant gray area in what she's discussing. But what these ladies are talking about is Maya never had those options to begin with. And this is what Melissa Ford alluded to in the beginning of the video. In the introduction clip, she says, listen, a woman as beautiful as you that had so much opportunity, like, why are you not with somebody or wifed up? And to control the narrative, Maya is saying, well, this is a personal choice. However, despite being very beautiful and successful, it very well may not be a personal choice.
Well, if the personal choice is to have your standards and expectations so high that Mr. Perfect may never arrive because perfect doesn't exist, then it is a personal choice in a roundabout way. But as long as she acknowledges that this is the predicament that she put herself in, because beauty and beauty alone is not a barometer for men to either, it might be a barometer to enter a relationship with you, whether that's a relationship or a situationship. But in order to keep, looks gonna fade, baby. The looks is an entrance fee. But the morality, the substance, the femininity, the character, the personality, that's how you secure the bag. And let's say that she has all those things. Well, then, she either don't let that drawbridge down for a potential opportunity to say hello, to see what's up, or B, there's something wrong with her. The men come up that drawbridge and turn right the hell around.
And a lot of women are starting to admit that.
We equate our value to how many men want to sleep with us, how many men are in our DMs, and how many proposals we got. Not marriages, proposals.
You right.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
If all these guys want us and we want none of those guys, then
what does
we
it
have
matter?
no options.
Right.
And I think that's like a hard pill for us to swallow.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to admit that, but we know deep down inside, like, we go to our message requests or our DMs or our text messages, and it's just full of guys that want to sleep with us or, talk about our bodies. We realize, like, damn, we ain't got no options.
Yeah.
Because really, you only consider the guy's options that you actually want.
Listen to what the lady.
When a chick says that she got a lot of options, the response back is, well, how many of those options would you consider for long term? Because you don't have any options if the person that you want don't want you back.
She says, listen, there are guys that want to sleep with you as a woman. There are guys that are in your inbox. But this does not indicate that these men are the ones that you want, because they're really not the ones that you want at all. And so this is what she's discussing, and this is what a lot of women have conflated. The whole idea, because there are men wanting to date me, wanting to take me out, wanting to... That must mean that, I have real options. But the reality is that you got to have something to give and something to offer for a man to want to deal with you. Now, again, we heard Maya say she's okay with the whole idea of a man bringing something to her life. She's technically okay with a man adding on what she has. But the big issue is that Maya is so stuck on herself, she's not in a position to be worried about anybody else. And that is a person that is self-aggrandizing. A lot of ladies take this position and then wonder why they're single long term. And it's simply because you don't have enough to offer somebody or even believe that you need to offer somebody something long term to be considered in a relationship. And that's very telling, because it's easy to say that when you're beautiful like her and you have the success like her. But Maya has not really put in a whole lot of serious effort into the right person, because she's beautiful, she's famous, she's light-skinned. I mean, she's exceptionally feminine. So most dudes would have loved to have somebody like that as a wife. But the reality is you feel like you don't need to give a man anything, and so you don't. And as time goes on, you just get out-competed. Listen, you could be the baddest chick on earth with the biggest butt, and you could have the nicest smile and the nicest personality, but if you don't have something to offer in a relationship with a man, especially a valuable man, he can really forego your looks. Like, a man don't have to have a woman with exceptional looks or an exceptional body or a woman that's light-skinned to have a long-term partner. A man needs to feel like he's in a relationship with somebody that is appreciative of him and wants to see him grow long-term. Now, that is what a man ultimately will choose. He might not choose a woman that's just necessarily beautiful, but he will choose the woman that is right. And just because you are sexy, it don't mean that you're right. And this is the problem with ladies like Maya, because they will dress it all up as if it's a personal choice, but really men have the personal choice and if they're gonna marry you or not. And the more that you're like Maya and you make more money and you have more access, the harder it is for you to get a man, because I mean, a man just can't accept anything from you. I mean, look at Halle Berry. I mean, we see it now. When she was much younger, she had a lot of greater opportunity. And as she got older, the men were less and less and less powerful and less prestigious. And she ended up with, I mean, whoever she's with now, Van Hunt. And no diss to him, but he's not David Justice. He's not on the same level as Bilal. I mean, I don't think so. So, you know, if you don't have that mentality that you need to offer somebody something that is valuable, you will just get overlooked, because again, you're not just dating the regular guys on Instagrams or the thirsty dudes like O'Shea Duke Jackson is in your inbox at that point. Now you're dating and trying to get with dudes that have money, that are millionaires, that have a lot of access, that have a whole lot of opportunity. And their opportunity is just not limited to black women. It's limited to the entire world.
Yeah.
These guys have a lot of money, and you have to actually get out there and compete with other women for these men. And you just don't want to compete. And so because you don't want to compete, you make this up.
Yeah. Shout out to O'Shea. Guys, I'm going to leave a link to O'Shea's channel and video down in the description box down below. Shout out to O'Shea to the production value. He does such a great job on these videos. It's just like he creates the story within it. Fantastic editing as well. Nevertheless, you know what I was thinking about is that what O'Shea was referencing in the last couple of seconds, you know, describes why the anti-aging industry for women is like damn near $1 trillion business. It's sort of like doing content, right? You first start off on your content creator journey and you start doing viral content. Let's say if you're a commentator and you think people are coming back for you, like, nah, like they coming back for the viral content. And then they tell you shit. All my content creators know, shut up, we want to watch the video and shit like that. It is a sobering reality of content creation that some people just want to watch the video. They're not really there for you. Just as much as it is a sobering reality that there is a wall. It absolutely exists. And the aesthetics that you had within your 20s, the looks that you have from men within your 20s, it's not the same that you get earlier. So in order to try to roll back the clock, turn back the hands of time, they go into the anti-aging industry, right, from a consumer perspective in order to try to get some of that back. So a lot of that is emotionally motivated to get back to a time where their skin was tighter, that their eyes didn't droop as low, they didn't have as many wrinkles, so that they continue to be the apple of men's eyes. But inevitably, I think that if it's not for listening to OGs, then it's watching the lives of some of these older women and seeing how they materialize so that we can all understand what were the error in their ways. You know what I mean? Like, which one is it, Maya? Did you self-select in the singleness and marrying your shit on an oceanfront villa by the beach versus the joy of finding and retaining and going through life with a man that you respect, right? Like, you can't convince me that the former feels better than the latter. Ain't no way. But chances are, if she ain't figured it out by 45, 46 years old, then she probably never will. All right, guys, drop your questions, comments, concerns down up in the comment box down below. Hopefully you enjoyed me for this video here today. And if anything, I'll see you soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.
You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell them man you can't jack. The big the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell them man you can't jack. The big the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. That bars need defibrillation ASAP. Get boxed with a straight guy. I'm reminded of mind state they lack.